Well, this morning, we are going to continue our sit-down chats with the candidates vying for your votes in key races this upcoming primary. And joining us now is another Republican candidate for governor, suburban businessman Rick Heidner, joining me this morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
I want to start with, in a Capitol News interview, reporters that you spoke with characterized you later as the candidate who is trying to position yourself as the MAGA candidate in the governor's race. Is that a correct characterization, and do you differ in any ways policy-wise with the president?
So I'm aligned in a lot of ways with the president.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing a wonderful job, turning our country around. I'm a businessman. I think Illinois needs a businessman. That's really my differential between the other candidates is I have a real business mind. And there was one I gave an example of that I didn't agree with exactly, but he actually came around, so I'm really happy. And I'd really like to see a path for illegal immigrants that are here, that have been here, to find them a path to get them to citizenship.
So that might be a slight difference from the current Trump administration policy.
Yes, well, I think he's come around now, so I'm really happy about that because that was so important to me, and I'm really glad because there's been people here a long time. They have families, they have homes, they've paid taxes, they have kids in school. I'd really like to have them have a path to be here.
Just real quick, the first part of that question was, have you chosen to position yourself as the MAGA candidate, or is that not the right characterization?
Well, you can call me what you want. But my ideas and my thoughts and we align. Mm-hmm. We really align in a lot of ways. So I'm my own man, okay, and I have my own ideas and I have my own positions, but we're like-minded. We're like-minded.
And I wanted to get to a couple of those policy positions in a sec. I want to ask you one follow-up. You have said that Illinois doesn't need a king when referring to Governor J.B. Pritzker. However, there's tens of thousands of people in Illinois, voters, who have said that about President Donald Trump. So if you were to win the GOP primary for governor, how would you work to win over those voters?
Well, when it comes to J.B. Pritzker, okay, everything's about Donald Trump and everything's about, him wanting to run for presidency. So, I'm not a fan of that at all. I want to worry about Illinois. I'm not, our country is being taken care of by the president. And winning over those voters is I want to show them that we're going to build Illinois. We're going to build Illinois. Everything is how much we're going to take from everyone. And I want us to become a state of make again. I want to bring businesses here. This is what I know how to do. So we don't have to tax anymore. We're just going to do more business, and the taxes that we have, we're going to collect on those. And then when we collect on those and fix every single department and save everything we can and get rid of waste, then we're going to be able to lower taxes.
Speaking of taxes, one of the things you've discussed on your, regarding your platform is you're going to lower taxes. Which taxes specifically would you work to lower, and then what would happen with any ensuing budget hole?
So, again, the first thing I want to do when I walk into office is freeze any increases in taxes. Go through all those departments, like I said, lower, bring in business and get more employees and get buildings being built and everything. And then we're gonna naturally get more money. So, real estate taxes, we're the highest in the entire country. It's just so.
Would that be the one that you would first work to try to
That's
lower
a really important one to me. Really important one to me. I keep hearing so much on how people. Their taxes are more than their mortgage payments, and especially when it comes to retired people. They're on a fixed income, and they're just being crushed.
Yeah,
they have to leave their homes after all those years. It's just not right.
And finally, I would be remiss. I told you this would go quickly. I would be remiss in light of the current headlines. How do you feel about the Bears potentially leaving the state of Illinois, and is there a place in state government to work to try to keep the team here?
So I've been saying this for months, and honestly now all of a sudden there's an epiphany for him to have. 326 acres is a city inside of a city. not only do we get the stadium, and then we'll get the Super Bowl, and we'll get all kinds of concerts. You're talking about hotels and restaurants and bars. Arlington Heights is a city inside of a city. And we're going to get a fuel center, and we're going to get unbelievable tax dollars. So to now come up after 3 years, the Bears have owned that property. I've said it'd be half built if I was governor. That property would be half built. Now we've opened Pandora's box into Indiana. We are in this horrible position. It's going to cost us way more money. And the Bears have rented for 100 years. I'm a businessman. They deserve to own their own property. This is a mega project besides the stadium for our state. And again, build, give them incentive, get a tremendous amount of tax, give them some of that back, okay? I've done it my whole life. You know, we lose the Bears. We're not at zero. We're at a huge negative because we lose everything that they've already produced for us. Instead, if we do this over here, we're at a huge positive. You know, 0 from 0 is 0.
Right.
Half or 3/4 of a lot is a lot.
So
okay?
you have some strong opinions about that.
Oh, it's simple for me. I said I could have gotten a room with them. I wouldn't have had to hire some company from New York to negotiate this. One week, 2 weeks in a room, I could have had this done. Absolutely. All they ever wanted was the infrastructure money. And what does our government do? What does Illinois do? What does Pittsburgh? Oh, you have to pay off our debt, $523 million. They're renters. They're obligated to pay their lease. They're not obligated to pay your mortgage.
Rick Heidner, we could talk much more about this subject alone and many, many others, I know.
Yes.
But I really appreciate you being here.
No, thank you so
morning.
much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that you had me on.
Well, we appreciate you being here. So maybe we'll be talking to you again after the primary. We'll see how that works out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rick for Illinois. Rick for Illinois. Thank you.
All right, and I just want to mention we've reached out to other candidates on both sides of the aisle running in this race as well. We've talked to a few now, and you can watch our full interviews with Darren Bailey and Ted Dabrowski and now Rick Heidner on our website, cbschicago.com/election.